And see, a lot of people think that the prison system is for rehabilitation, but it's not. It's to keep the wealthy wealthy. It's to keep their generations and their family wealthy. The Caucasian people wealthy. The people that own these prisons, the corporations wealthy. And every election year, you're going to have your pardons. A few inmates get out here and there, but this is bigger than pardons. I'm talking about the overall of black people. And I have an uncle right now that's serving life in Angola. And it was really self-defense. But like I say, when you don't have money in Louisiana to get a lawyer, if you got to get a public defender and you facing prison time, 9 times out of 10, you going to prison because, wait, I'm going to tell y'all that later. But 9 times out of 10, you are going to prison. But finally, what I like, the inmates are speaking up. And like I say, in 2024, our people are starting to speak up more. We got the internet now. We got people that see something not right, the system not right, and they don't care about money. They don't care about material things. They just want to see people being treated right. That's it. Treat our people right. Yeah, we know some people in prison, they belong in prison. But for the most part, y'all been doing this to our people. But before I get into this lawsuit, I want to travel back to the past and show y'all just how the past affects the future and how what's going on in the past is still going on. It is named Angola after the former slave plantation that occupied this territory. The plantation was named after the country Angola, from which many enslaved people originated before arriving to Louisiana. So a lot of people never knew that. The word Angola, it was the name of the plantation. Angola prison used to be a plantation, but that plantation and the prison is named after the country Angola that's in Africa. So they named the prison from a country in Africa where a lot of our people were enslaved from. But it gets darker. Many former slave plantations became prison farms in the United States. After the Civil War, southern states had few prisons and the economy was in a depression. As a result, it was financially attractive to use former slave plantations as prison farms. States ran their own plantations and kept all the profits. So remember, they told you that slavery was abolished. They lied. Remember they told you, oh, slavery over. Slavery is done. Stop talking about it. They lied. So why in school we never heard about this? Why in school they didn't teach us this? I'm going to tell you why, because if you educated on the criminal system, if you educated on how the prison system works, then they can't get you in there. Then they can't finesse you when you go to court. If you learn about crime, they can't finesse you. They can't, put these words in all kind of crazy terms to confuse you. They can't railroad you. And look, I don't know about any other state, but in Louisiana, most times when you go to court, they'll tell you, if it's like a serious crime or any kind of crime, when you black, they'll tell you, man, just plead guilty. They go do this. And you end up pleading guilty. And guess what happened? They give you life. They give you 50 years. They give you 45 years just from stealing something. I'm telling you, that's how it goes down in Louisiana. And let's fast forward to this year. It's another reason why they don't teach you about the criminal system, about the prison system, because they can create laws just to put you in prison, but you will never know it. As of July 4, 2024, Louisiana residents who are at least 18 years old can legally possess a firearm and can carry a concealed handgun without permit or training. So this is why they made that law, because they know a lot of young dudes are going to take advantage of that. And that way they can have an excuse to put them in prison for life. You unallow somebody, you attempt to unallow somebody in Louisiana, they will give you 50 years. You getting 50 or more. And for anybody who's saying, well, just don't go to prison, let me tell you how this works. They keep some parts of town, they keep some parts of the neighborhood, they keep some parts of the city in poverty on purpose so it can breed crime, so they can get paid from it. They need you to commit crime. That's how they go on vacations. That's how they buy their homes. That's how they buy all this material stuff. That's how they gain their wealth, because they need you. They looking forward to you to commit crime. So of course they're going to pass laws like this. Poverty, you closing down schools, you in the poor areas, the schools don't get the same books, so you got bad education. What you think gonna happen? On purpose, they put liquor stores on the corner. They put certain fast foods on the corner. They do all this on purpose so it can breed crime, so they can get paid from it. So just remember, all this stuff is done purposely. So don't just say, well, don't go to prison. No, all this stuff is done purposely. These people sit in labs. They study this. They study us, and they build ghettos and projects for a reason. The ghettos and the projects finance their life. The ghettos and the projects finance their lifestyle. Inmates at Louisiana Angola prison sue to end working farm lines and brutal heat. Angola sits on 18,000 acres, once where slaves and pregnant women and children worked from dawn to dusk. In September, several incarcerated workers, along with the New Orleans-based advocacy group Voice of the Experience, filed a class action lawsuit calling for an end to farmland and accusing the state of cruel and unusual punishments. Now, we in 2023, but this been going on. But let's say we're in 2023, 2024. These dudes out here working, they having heat strokes. And if they get tired or if they, they pass out, they get beaten. Or if they refuse to work, they put them in the hole. What does this sound like? This sounds just like slavery. So we're in 2024 and this is still going on. But you don't hear presidents talking about this because they cannot talk about this because they make money from these corporations. The corporations that pay them support this. As part of a 2-year investigation, the Associated Press found some prison farms nationwide have in recent years supplied millions of dollars worth of crops, including soy, corn, wheat, to massive global companies like Tyson Foods, Louis Dreyfus, Consolidated Grain, and Barge and Riceland Foods, even Kellogg's, Frosted Flakes, Ballpark Hot Dogs, Pepsi. So the same things these people did to our ancestors, the same things they made our ancestors do, they still doing it. But their excuse is they doing it to criminals. That's their excuse. But they still doing it to our people. And they still make profit from it. You got places like Sam Club, Walmart, Kroger's, Target, Aldi, and Whole Foods that buy their stuff from prisons, that buy their stuff from Angola. Think about how wealthy these people are. They're buying their food from the prison system and they're paying their employees nothing. Their employees struggling just to pay rent. So you got the inmates making 10 cents an hour or 10 cents a day. You making $15 an hour. What's the difference? So while they telling you to work hard, strive hard, they getting free profit. They getting stuff off the back of prisoners or AKA slaves. And this is why the election really don't mean nothing to me, because I found out everything is all about money. It's not about morals. It's not about none of that. They play in the face of American people. They play in your face. That's it. It's not about morals. It's all about money. If you don't have money, you're going to jail. If you got money for a good lawyer, you're cool. But look, it gets darker. About 74% of prisoners in Angola are black. Remember that number, 74%. Angola is the largest correctional facility in the U.S. by population. Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the country, and black people are disproportionately represented in the state's prison population. In fact, Louisiana prison population is nearly the opposite of the state's general population, where 62% are white, 33% are black. So make this make sense. The population in Louisiana is 62% white, 33% black, but 74% in prison in Angola are black men. So do you think that's a coincidence? I'm telling you, everything is purposely done. The media, how they make black on black crime look, everything is purposely done to get money, to keep the wealthy wealthy. That's it. You can even go on TikTok. They got videos of these dudes telling how they got to prison. Some of these dudes should be free. Some of these dudes only committed a crime one time and they been there from 17 all the way to 60. But like I told you, in Louisiana, you only get one shot. You only get one shot. Once you get in that system and they decide to railroad you, if you don't have no money, no one is coming to save you. It's like you don't even exist. So part of my goal in life before, I pass away or before anything happens, I plan to give my uncle a new lawyer, and in Louisiana, that's going to be hard because those people don't care, bro. Like I told you, it's all about money. Once they give you life, once they say no parole, it is what it is, but that's my goal, is to get my uncle out of prison because he's been in Angola since I was 15 years old. And that was one of my favorite uncles. He taught us a lot about farming, shooting basketball, just about life. And I remember all that. But this how serious Angola is. They have a cemetery called Point Lookout. So if you don't have no family or if you don't have enough money to get, like a regular funeral outside of the prison, they used to put the prisoners in a cardboard box and then bury you. But now they have prisoners to make wooden caskets, so that now they put them in wooden caskets and they just put them in the ground. So if you don't have no family or if you don't have no money to have like a real funeral outside of the prison, they just put you in a wooden box and they put you in the ground in Point Lookout. And they also have prisoners in there. Like my uncle, he makes license plates. He makes Louisiana license plates. So 9 times out of 10, when you see license plates, these people making profit off of that. They not paying these prisoners nothing. They making profit off of that. They also make cowhide belts. That's cow skin plus the cow fur, and they sell those a lot. In the South, them cowhide belts is really popular. They gonna always be popular, and they make money off of that. And this the crazy part. The inmates even raise the cattle. The inmates raise the cattle so they can just barely pay them, and they can make all the profit from the cattle. So you see all these corporations, and you hear people saying, well, black people need to catch up with the white people. Look, bro, these people are making money through prisons. We'll never catch up. They using prisoners to get free labor, and they making all the profit. So how would we catch up? But like I say, I'm happy to see that the prisoners are speaking up. I'm happy to see that now people are not afraid. And if anybody in Angola, even if my uncle, if y'all see this video, look, you really got nothing to lose. You might as well speak up, because if no one speaks up, if you keep letting this happen, it's going to keep happening. And Louisiana is going to always be an island. And when I say an island, a lot of people don't understand it. Once you step in Louisiana, they got their own laws. What they say goes. The country, nobody else cares about you. Ain't no president coming down there to pardon you. Once you in that system, you cooked. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. The ancestors will get revenge. Our ancestors will get payback. Whether it's through a hurricane, whether it's through fire, water, they will get revenge on these people. And this how I know. The largest slave rebellion in the U.S. history occurred in Louisiana in 1811, also known as the German Uprising, where enslaved people launched a revolt against plantation owners in the area near New Orleans. This uprising is considered the largest slave rebellion in the U.S. history. And see, this is why they have to keep their foot on our neck, because they know if one person raises up and starts to lead, and another rebellion can happen. They know this. So this is why they have to go an extra mile with people in Louisiana, because guess what? People in Louisiana will fight back. And that day is going to come. I'm telling you, mark my word. Hopefully I'm alive to see it. But that day will come, because it's in our blood. It's in the soil. So to the inmates in Angola, keep y'all heads up. Keep fighting. I'm out.